Hi everyone, welcome to Total Body. My name is Regan and I'll be your instructor today. We're gonna have a really quick 30-minute workout today, but still making sure we get a full body workout hitting all those major muscle groups. To get started with our warm-up, make sure you have some room around you. In class today, I'll be using a mat as well as 2 dumbbells, but feel free to use a towel, just your carpet, or any weights you have around the house. Clear your space and let's get ready. Starting off with some backward shoulder circles. Taking a moment here to warm up our bodies, starting with the upper. Let's get 2 more to the back, and then shoulder rolls forward, same thing. Really pushing those shoulders all the way up to your ears and back down. For 2, and 1. Let's bring those arms up, palms facing towards the with some backward shoulder circles here. Maybe starting to feel this in your biceps, in your shoulders. We're gonna gradually work our way up to some big circles here, getting that full rotation. Big right here for 2, and 1. Same thing to the front, palms are facing down. Once again, starting small, working our way up. Starting to feel the tops of our shoulders activate, squeezing our back every time we come around. Really big right here for 2, and 1. Awesome work. We're gonna start by planting 1 foot in front of us, pushing our hips back, sweeping your hands around your toe and lifting them all the way up overhead, other side. So walking through this stretch, sweeping our toe, we should feel this in the back of our legs, in our hamstrings. Getting a little bit deeper into it every time, sitting your hip back. For 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Standing up, back in that neutral position. We're gonna step 1 foot out to the side, bending that knee into a side lunge, switching it to the other side. Awesome. Maybe feeling this stretch in your inner or outer thighs. Starting to activate your core as well here, keeping your chest high as we lunge down. In 3, 2, last 1. Let's bring it back up to neutral, picking up 1 foot, bringing it up to your glute, holding the stretch for just a second before you switch. Maybe even coming up on the other toe, just to really get into that quad stretch as we alternate. A few more here. Then we're coming down onto the mat. Last 1. So meeting in a high plank position, that means hands under shoulders. We're gonna bring in 1 foot, lifting that same side arm up as we twist and look towards the ceiling. So your eyes are following your fingertips, twisting and reaching up. Switching those feet each time. Same side knee comes up as the arm. Let's get a few more here. And last 1. Coming back up to standing. Right here, last move in the warm-up. We have our arms overhead, putting 1 foot back. We're driving that knee in to meet the elbow. Meet me here. Driving it up for 10 seconds. Really activating your core and your glutes. For 3, 2, 1. Other side, same thing. Driving that knee up, getting that heart rate ready for class. For 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Coming back up to neutral, grabbing some water if you'd like, but we are about to get started with our first circuit. So this circuit today, we have 3 exercises. We're gonna do work for 40 seconds and 20 seconds rest. So using weights if you have them, no worries if not. Our first move is a side lunge to forward press. So just like in that warm up, we're stepping out, then we're gonna push our arms forward. Same thing, other side. Joining me in 10 seconds. Feel free to hold both of your weights, hold one of them, or just use your body weight. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. We're out, press, up, other side. Sitting our bottoms back, keeping our back flat, using your core. 40 seconds of work. Finding an intensity that's a little bit challenging, but nothing too crazy. We're working on our strength here, so we're gonna keep it controlled. We could definitely keep going longer than 40 seconds if we needed to. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. This is your 20-second break. Take it really quick. Next one, we are coming down onto the mat. Back in that high plank position. This time, bringing one knee in, lifting the upper body, driving elbows back for a row, and then we switch. Meet me here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So just like that warm-up, knee comes in, upper body slight lift, row, and replace. Option, if you don't want to do the row portion, just to lift one knee in and switch. In that row, using your core, using your back to lift your weight off your thigh before you drive your elbows back. Less than 10. You've got this. Working through it for 3, 2, and 1. Standing up. Our last move actually is still going to be down on the mat. Working some core here, so no weights needed. Stacking your elbows on top of each other, alternating between a side plank. Joining me in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we up on one side, lifting the opposite arm, side number 2. Option, if we don't want the movement here, just to hold a side plank on one side. I'll let you know when to switch. That switch is right here if you're just holding it. But if we're moving through it like me, keep working. We are over halfway. Right here we have 5. Holding it strong, switching those feet for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, awesome work. Taking a bit of a longer recovery here. Maybe grab some water or do any stretches you feel you need. We are going to do that circuit one more time. So longer recovery, maybe running around your house to find some different weights. Same thing, same time interval, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Getting started in 10. Let's go in 3, side lunge. Right here, we're working it out, press, up, other side. Finding a pace, finding some weights that are just challenging enough for you. Always setting one down if we need. Halfway, let's go right here. Last time in these 3 movements. So let's get the most out of them in round number 2. Inner and outer thighs really working here. Core is helping stabilize us. Shoulders pressing out. For 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Coming down onto the mat for that big nasty combo move. Starting off with a plank, knee in to the row. We have 5. Let's go right here. One knee, lift, row with both arms, replace, other side. Lifting that body up. That's how we add in some core work. Option for knee, knee. Full body moves here. Pushing through it. We have 10. In 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work, setting those weights to the side. Side to side plank is our last move in this circuit. Alternating between those sides or holding it on one and switching. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Those arms look like an equal sign in the middle. This is supposed to be challenging. If you feel yourself falling over, that is totally okay. That means it's working. We're activating those muscles that are fighting against gravity, trying to stop us from falling. Let's switch if we're holding that one side plank. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. This is our longer recovery bit right here. Take as much time as you need. Maybe pause the video if you need an extra minute. Grab some water. We are going to get going with some cardio after this. So that means we're going to decrease our time in the works phase of the interval. Also decreasing our rest a little bit. Working some higher intensity movements, not using our weights. So our 2 moves here is a burpee and a squat jump. First off, that burpee, arms are overhead, down to the mat. We either jump or we step it out and back, up to standing. Feel free to add anything crazy in there, like a squat jump, like a push-up. Move number 2 is a squat jack. So starting with your feet close together, we're hopping out, touching the ground, touching down. So moving in and out of that squat form. So getting ready for this one. About 10 seconds here. 20 seconds of work, really high intensity, hitting it right from the start of that interval. 10 seconds of recovery. In 4, starting with the burpee. 2, 1, let's go. 20 seconds, higher intensity. Option to step those feet back if we don't want to jump. Right here, we have 5 seconds. 2, and 1, stand it up. 10-second recovery is going to go by really fast before our squat jumps. Or squat jacks, I mean. Take whatever option works for you. Right here, let's go. Awesome work, pushing through. Just a quick 2-minute cardio challenge. In 3, 2, and 1. 10-second recovery. We are back into the burpee. Get ready for it right here before we physically start. In 3, 2, 1. Y'all got this, pushing through. For 4 seconds. Not quitting just yet. In 2, and 1. Coming up, last one is the squat jack. Let's finish out this circuit. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 20 seconds of high intensity work. Let's make ourselves proud right here. Pushing, got this. For 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Taking that longer recovery here. Let's make sure to not sit down just yet. Stepping it out or stretching. We are going to come back into a circuit like the first one, another strength circuit next. So bringing down that heart rate a tad. A little bit lower intensity, but adding in our weights. So keep resting right here. Keep stepping it out, getting some water. Our first move in strength circuit number 2 is a curtsy lunge to hammer bicep curl. So we're bringing one foot back into the side of us. So over, down in a curtsy lunge, curl, other side. So combo movement here, upper and lower body working through this one, stepping it out, adding in the curl in 10 seconds. I'm gonna get started. Feel free to join me whenever you're ready. 40 seconds of work right here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. We're down, curling up, other side. Taking it as slow as we need. This is our little bit lower intensity, so no need to kill ourselves. Finding a pace that we're able to maintain with good form. Halfway. Awesome work using your core here to stabilize yourself. Glutes and quads in the lunge, and of course, our biceps in the curl. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Coming down next is a sumo squat to high pull. So putting those toes out, we're coming down, up in that high pull. Option for one weight on this one if it makes it a little easier to hold on. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're down in the squat, pulling up. Driving those elbows up towards the ceiling. Sumo squat means we're pointing our toes out a little bit, maybe widening out our stance, keeping our knees aligned with our toes. So if we can't maintain that, we're gonna bring those feet in. Awesome work. We're well over halfway. Full body move here. Driving the weight up. Less than 10. In 3, 2, 1. Great job. Coming down onto the mat next for a core move. This one is plank ankle taps. So once again, high plank, reaching our bottom up, tapping the opposite ankle, foot, knee, shin, whatever we can reach. Let's get going right here. High plank, reaching up, lower your hips back down every time. Option for a knee plank is to reach to that opposite kneecap. So the whole point of this movement is to lift and lower your hips. If the reach is ever too much, you don't want to lose your balance there. We're just gonna lift and lower. Great work. 10 seconds to go. Let's finish out round 1 of strength circuit number 2. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. This is our longer recovery. Take it right here. Last long recovery before our final round of our strength circuit. Maybe stretching anything you need. I'm gonna work my way back up to standing. Those same 3 moves, hitting them once again. Awesome work. When we come back up to standing, just checking in really quick that our head feels okay. We're not lightheaded at all from being down on the mat for a minute. Getting your weights ready. First one, curtsy lunge to bicep curl. Second one, sumo squat to high pull. And finally, plank ankle taps. We're gonna get started in 15. Grabbing those weights if you want them right here. Let's finish out class with this circuit in 4 seconds. 2, 1, let's go. We curtsy, we curl, other side. Finding that stability and balance in our core. Once we get used to this movement again, feel free to pick up the pace to something that's challenging you. Halfway. Right here, we have 10 seconds. Let's make it worth it. For 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Coming down next for our sumo squat to high pull. Once again, making sure those knees are following the toes on the way down and up. 5 seconds right here, keeping those shoulders down and back as we pull. Let's go right here. We squat, we pull. Awesome work breathing through it. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Using your inner thighs, using your glutes to keep those knees aligned. If we can't maintain it, making our feet a little bit more narrow. 15 seconds to go. Awesome work. Let's finish it out in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down onto the mat for our plank ankle taps. Few more seconds here, taking this recovery, remembering our options for the high plank on our toes or our knees. Let's go right here. Shooting for those ankles, touching maybe your shins or your knees. Option to keep your hands on the ground, lifting and lowering. Halfway, 20 seconds to go. In 10, we have 5, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Coming down for some quick ab moves before we finish out class today. We are so close to that cool down. Y'all are doing amazing. We are gonna flip it over onto our backs here for a few quick movements. First one is gonna be a leg lift to reverse crunch. Join me there in 5, 3, 2, 1. We're lifting our legs all the way up, pushing up for a reverse crunch, coming back down, lowering all the way, lifting, pushing those hips up. Working through this one, coming up on some twists. In 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna sit up, really quick recovery right here before we twist side to side. Russian twist in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Feel free to add in a weight here if you have one. Alternating between these two movements. Twisting side to side, option to lift up your feet, holding them as you twist. Right here, we have 5. In 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down for that leg lift to reverse crunch. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Same thing right here. We lift all the way lower. We're controlling that reverse crunch, not just using our momentum to get us up there. We're really making each rep intentional as we finish out our workout. Right here, we have 5. In 3, 2, 1. We sit up, quick 10-second recovery, burning out those abs. Final circuit right here with our twist. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Leaning it back a little bit from the hips. Option for our feet up or down, weight or body weight. Coming up on this cool down. Almost there. Let's finish it out with some obliques. 10. Pushing through. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. Let's set our weights down to the side, meeting on the mat with our feet and hands totally extended, stretching out here, taking a few deep breaths, feeling proud of ourselves for making it through that class. When you're ready, we're driving one knee in towards our chest, hugging it with our arms, maybe rolling out your ankle, and then extending for the full leg, grabbing anywhere but your knee to pull in and stretch your hamstrings. One more deep breath here, and switch to the other side. Bringing that knee in, rolling out the ankle, and then extending the leg for a hamstring stretch. One more deep breath, and then we're letting that leg go, reaching back overhead one last time before we roll over onto our stomachs. Once we're here, pressing up into cobra, pushing weight through our palms, lengthening through our core we just worked, and lifting the head. A few more seconds here, maybe pushing in one shoulder at a time, and then pressing back and up into tabletop position. Once we're here, we're alternating the arches in our spine, lifting the head, tucking the chin. We can sync this movement with our own breath to really slow it down, find our own pace. Let's get 2 more cycles. After that, sinking it back down into cobra one last time, pushing our hips down towards the mat, lifting the head. Then we're gonna tuck our toes under and press into downward dog. So putting our weight back towards our heels, really feeling this stretch, maybe walking out our feet as well. And then starting to walk our feet in towards our hands, holding this hamstring stretch for a minute here. Maybe grabbing onto your elbows if that's comfortable for you. And then we're gonna slowly start to stand up by lengthening one vertebrae at a time, all the way up, checking in once we're here to make sure we feel okay. Let's bring one arm across our chest. So finishing out this workout with stretching, cooling down is really important for us, making sure we start that recovery process so this whole workout was worth it. Next stretch, pushing one hand down your spine, stretching out your triceps. Same thing, other side, bringing that arm across. Still working on getting those deep breaths in, maybe feeling our heart rate come a little bit closer to what it was when we started class today. And overhead, pushing that arm down the spine. Letting that stretch go, let's pick up one foot, bringing it up to our glute, and really pushing your hips forward to get into your quad stretch. Finding some balance here, holding it for 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring that same foot around to the front of our opposite knee, sitting it down and back, stretching out the outer hip. For 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, other side, picking up that foot, pushing your hips forward, feeling the stretch in the front of our thighs. And then bringing this foot around, front of other knee, and sitting it back like we're in a chair. For 3, 2, and 1. Last thing I have for you guys today, coming down in a big deep squat, grabbing a breath of air and letting it go all the way at the top. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. My name is Regan. If you have a chance, please fill out the survey in the description box of this video to let me know of any suggestions or comments you have for this class or any other classes at Rec Sports. If not, I'll see you next week.